The other distinction I'll make in what we saw against Clemson versus what we might see against Georgia is that Clemson has a really good running game, but it's reliant on speed. So they lost Wayne Gallman from last year, and he was a power back. They've got Tavian Feaster and Travis Etienne. They're speed guys, and they just couldn't get loose against Alabama. And once they got behind, they really didn't run those guys. They didn't get many rushing attempts. Of course, Georgia has a better speed power combination between Sony Michel, Nick Chubb, and DeAndre Swift. They're the complete package, all of them in different ways. And then the other thing is that once Clemson's rushing attack was stopped, they don't have Deshaun Watson anymore, and that was obviously the huge difference between what we saw Clemson do offensively against Alabama the last 2 years and what happened last Saturday or last Monday was that they couldn't throw the ball. Kelly Bryant's just not the passer. Now, Jake Fromm is. Now, is Jake Fromm Deshaun Watson? That remains to be seen. He's not Deshaun Watson running the ball, but in terms of carving up a defense, well, he did it to a certain extent against Oklahoma. He's done it at certain times this season. As long as he's not the guy that has to throw it 40 times, they need to run the ball. But I think Alabama's going to have to defend against the pass much better than they did against Clemson. There was just no threat there with Kelly Bryant.
I fully expect Jake Fromm to have over 15 passes this game. I think he does better the more that he gets the pass, the more accurate he gets in my opinion, because he's able to fill out his arm, fill out his receivers, and go from there. You have Javon Wims, Terry Godwin, Isaac Nauta, Jed Blazevich. He has a basket full of targets that he can utilize. Minkah Fitzpatrick is probably one of the best defenders on Alabama's defense, and Georgia's definitely going to have to look out for him. Granted, Alabama's defense is full of 4- and 5-star athletes, but he's like a Roquan Smith in my opinion. He's a headhunter. He sees the field well, and he's always going to be on the playmaking. But from the bigger the stage gets, the better he performs, in my opinion. He just has outdone himself all year long, and I fully expect him to do that on Monday because he has made this legacy so far. It's hard to say that he's a legacy already, but he's done something that quarterback after quarterback after quarterback has not been able to do, and he's a true freshman, and he's gone in and just blown true freshman records out of the water that have ever played at Georgia, like including Matt Stafford, Eric Zier. And something special about this kid. I had no hopes for him at the beginning of the season. I thought, once Jacob Eason came down and went out, once he got healthy, he would be back. But Jake Fromm's proved me wrong. And if I had to choose between Jake Fromm and Jalen Hurts, I would pick Fromm. I just think he's overall a better leader. He stays cool, calm, and collected in the pocket. He sees the field a little bit better, in my opinion, and he doesn't get rattled. I've seen Jalen Hurts get rattled a time or two this season, which ultimately cost him a turnover or just could not get the play done. So if I had to pick between the two of them, I would definitely pick Jake Fromm just because of his mentality. And I think that's another thing that stands out to me about Georgia is their mentality, their tenacity, and their will to want to beat every team that they face. They have like this what am I trying to say? They have the eye things that like horses wear, the blinders.
Tunnel vision, blinders.
There we go. All they see is that national championship trophy. They checked off the SEC championship trophy. They checked off the Rose Bowl trophy, and now they want to check off that national championship trophy.